Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Ironman series. Last episode, we got our house in order to set us up for efficient questing and skilling. This episode, we're going to focus on herb lore and map out our game plan of getting to the Song of the Elves. I hope you enjoy. First quest of the episode coming in, and the first quest in the Troll quest series, Death Plateau completed. And another very short quest completed, that is Troll Stronghold done. Good to get that one knocked out. And there's Shades of Morton completed. One of the many herblore quests we will be doing this episode. Jungle Potion completed. It is now time to go smash Bash's face in. See ya, idiot. And that is Zogre Flesh Eaters completed for some more herblore experience up to 20 fletching also, sweet. And 26 herblore. So before we do the next quest we're going to complete, which will be Shiloh Village, I want to do the Kramja Easy Diary and use that on herblore just to keep on boosting that up. Another massive advantage of completing rat catchers is being able to teleport to the Port Sarim rat pits when I need to, because I don't really have a close teleport over there, and it puts you right beside the dock and the fishing shop. Easy Diary complete. Let's go get that juicy lamp. Give me that herblore experience, baby. 27 herblore. I forgot that 26 unlocked energy potions, which I don't know how often I'll actually make energy potions. Maybe I will in the future. I'm not really sure. Also, I want to mention that probably noticed that I've been growing cats. I plan to continue growing them just because it's like passive death runes that are always useful. So, every now and again you'll probably see a different cat. Just know they're in a better place. Instead of selling them immediately, I think we'll just keep growing our little cat family. And then, as we need death rooms, then we'll get rid of them. And that is Shiloh Village completed now, up to 157 quest points. We were absolutely crushing these quest points. We got a little bit of crafting experience. What we need to do now is we need to get 30 herblore, and you'll understand in a little bit. So I think we're going to go see if there's any kudos we can collect at the Varrock Museum and get some experience lamps and see how close we can get. Wow, so we've been here for like 5 seconds and already found the clean necklace, which will be so nice when we need deck side teleports. So fantastic. We're going to keep doing this. We just need a little bit more kudos and we can do Bon Voyage. So we've just finished up all of the display cases. We're going to stay here a little while. I'm 578 experience off of 30 herblore. So I think what I might try to do is there's about a 1 in 100 chance of getting an antique lamp through cleaning these little rocks or whatever. If I get lucky, I might be able to get the lamps. I think it'll be faster than like going to Chaos Druids and trying to get the experience. So we'll stay here a little while and see if we can get lucky. Correction. There's actually a 1 in 100 chance of getting the lamps from the storage crate when we turn in like a unique find. So either way, we'll stay here a little while and see what we can get. All right, and after quite a bit of time, we got our first antique lamp. We're going to slap that on herblore. We were very close, 78 experience away. I think I might finish them off at Chaos Druids because I just can't be bothered doing that again. It took way too long, so I'm going to finish them off at the Druids. And there it is, guys, 90 herblore. That didn't take any time at all. We're going to stay here and try to get a Harlander because after Bon Voyage, we are going to do the infamous and everyone's favorite one small favorite quest, which requires a Marintal, which we have, and a Harlander. So I'm going to stay and see if we can get it. So we managed to get the herbs we needed, and since we found the ruby necklace cleaning, I figured we'd go ahead and make a Dixite pendant because that's going to be pretty nice as we do Bon Voyage after this. So let's go ahead and make that. Beautiful. That's going to be nice. All right, let's go do the quest. Bon Voyage completed and Fossil Island unlocked. We were going to be spending a lot of time here later on when we, go for birdhouse runs and maybe do a herbivore. I've never done that, and I don't know if it's efficient on an Ultimate Ironman or not, but I guess we'll find out. But anyway, there is Bon Voyage completed now for the dreaded one small favor. Well, that's fun. A little hiccup here. So you know how if you crush a gem, you can just come and talk to this dude and buy whatever gem you crush for 500 GP? Well, I managed to crush a red topaz 4 times. And so apparently there's a limit on how many times he will actually sell you one. See, there's no, can you sell me another one? So that means we have to make a trip to Shiloh Village and mine our own red topaz. Well, that only took about 20 minutes. Nice. Alright, time to Uno Reverso card this quest. He's letting me safe spot his own guards. And that is a long quest without stamina potions, but this is why we did it, boys. Both on Herblore. From 30 to 38 Herblore without making hardly any potions. That is so nice. Straight to prayer potions. All right, let's keep on doing the Herblore quest. So we had a little bit of time to AFK today, and we got up to 62 fishing, 63 cooking, which is a good place to stop. The 62 fishing and cooking is so that we can do Swan Song whenever we get around to it. I'm not really in a rush to do it. Ultimately, we want 70 cooking, or close to 70 cooking, to do the RFD subquest. But anyways, we're going to go back to questing. And there is Edgar's Ruse done for 11,000 Herblore experience, up to 41. Jeez. Past 40, not making anything. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break from the Herblore quests and do the infamous Underground Pass. I'm hoping it won't be too bad. With 70 agility, plus we have the thieving shortcut, I'm really hoping it's not very painful. But we're going to do the Underground Pass, and then we'll do Regicide, and then we're going to do the Watchtower quest, and then we'll go back to the Herblore quest. But anyways, on to Underground Pass. That was the most painless Underground Pass run I have ever experienced. But anyways, there's Underground Pass completed. It took me all of like 30 minutes. Highly recommend getting high agility before doing that quest. But anyways, we're going to go on to Regicide. So my cat just grew, and I was putting it in the little menagerie we got going on. And look at this little family I got going on. Man, there's like Papa Wiley Cat or Grandpa Wiley Cat. You got like Fred, you got Bob, you got Billy Joe, you got Jolene, and I haven't named him yet, but we'll figure it out. But anyways, I noticed, I got the Ivan staff, and I was checking out the stats. Do you know this thing is basically the equivalent of a rune longsword? It has the same attack speed. It actually has higher melee strength, and it has really pretty decent crush attack bonus. I was like, I had no idea. I'm gonna alch it anyway, but I thought that was pretty cool. I think it alched for like 25k, sick, which was nice because I'm broke. And as Regicide done, I did not fail a single time in the Underground Pass. So if you want Underground Pass, Regicide, all these Elves quests to go well, these first ones, just get yourself 70 agility and just save you the heartache. It's so nice. All right, we got all the crystals, and with this lever pull, should be quests complete. 15,000 magic experience. That's great. Watchtower complete. That's awesome. We are oh my god, magic level, sweet. Up to 173 quest points. I didn't realize how many quest points we had. Like we could do RFD obviously if we have the stats, but we are just absolutely zooming through these quests. Next, we're going to go back and do another Herblore quest. We are going to help Mr. My Arm defend against the baby and giant rocks and learn how to farm goutweed for all the trolls. So a little fast forward here. I said we needed to do My Arm's Big Adventure, but before that, we actually needed to get 60% favor in Type 1 and Cleanup. But instead of getting 60, we went ahead and got 100 because it's a medium task, and it's better to just get 100 and then do the quest. So we went ahead and got 100% favor, killing these tribesmen. I just got 64 range, and we just got a medium clue scroll, as you can see. So we're going to try to do this. I think this is our first medium clue scroll. Also, another quick update. I got 69 thieving because I was tired of being absolutely broke. So we got 69 thieving. I also did a little bit of LMS. So we have some rune arrows who've been alching. We got 68 mage. So just a little update. Oh, we managed to get the casket. What's going to be? Ranger boots? Oh. Bando stole. Well, at least it's a collection log. I don't think that is useful at all, but and the Gothics page. Yeah, that's okay. I'll probably end up dropping it, but it's cool to get a collection log. Anyways, let's go do My Arm's Big Adventure. Who else was licking their chops during this cutscene? I mean, oh, look at the dolphins! Look at them go! See, idiot. Alright, we talked to my arm. It should be quest complete after he tells me a secret about herbs. How he just figured out how to farm, and he's telling me secrets. 10,000 herbal experience, 5,000 farming experience. That is amazing. Up to 36 farming and 43, pretty close to 44 herbal. Daggum. And we have a new disease-free herb patch, which is going to be great whenever we get to grinding out the farming and the herb lore. This patch is going to be really good. So, anyways, next, I'm going to try to do roving elves. I think our combat stats are good enough to give it a go. I know we have to kill that moss giant without any weapons or armor. I think it's doable with these stats. If not, we might have to train a little bit, but that's what we're going to go try to do next. Boys, I'm absolutely owning it with these stats, man. I believe if we just talk to Islin, we can get this quest done. All right, access to crystal equipment. All right, guys, so I think what I want to do next is get 61 crafting. While our inventory is, relatively empty, I would like to go ahead and knock that out. That way, in the future, we could do lunar diplomacy and have access to super glass make whenever we want to continue crafting in the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get 61 crafting at the charter ships, just buying buckets of sand and soda ash. And I don't foresee it taking too long, so we're going to go do that. All right, so this is going to be the method, guys. We're going to buy 10 of soda ash and buckets of sand, hop worlds, buy a couple more of each one, and then come here, make the molten glass. We're going to blow it into, I think lantern lenses is the highest thing that I can make now. So do that and just rinse and repeat. I really don't like the fact that I'm not getting any farming experience. If I were to do like giant seaweed and like mining my own buckets of sand. But for now, just to get to 61, I guess we'll stick with this. But in the future, we'll definitely be getting giant seaweed and buckets of sand for crafting. And with this last molten glass, there is 61 crafting, which is so nice to get out of the way. I don't think we'll revisit crafting until after we get super glass make. 61 crafting. All right, I'm taking the hood off for this one. Let's talk about what's next on the account. The main first goal on this account from day one has been to complete the Song of the Elves quest. And that quest has some hefty skill requirements, those being 70 agility, construction, farming, herblore, hunter, mining, smithing, and woodcutting. For construction, we'll be getting 70 through mahogany homes using the money we get from thieving. Farming will be done through tithe farming, where we'll get at least 70 to get the seed box to hold the seeds while we pickpocket master farmers. For herblore, I will be stacking a massive amount of herb seeds through master farmers and doing farm runs when I can to stack up herbs. Hunter is pretty easy. I'll probably start doing birdhouse runs and then training Hunter through traditional methods like salamanders if I have to. Mining is also pretty easy. I could AFK motherlode mine, or if I really wanted to grind it out, power mine granite or iron ore. Smithing along with construction is going to cost a lot of money. We'll be doing superheat until 60 smithing and then blast furnace from 60 to 70. Similar to mining, woodcutting will be done predominantly through AFKing in the woodcutting guild whenever I have some spare time. So what's the path forward? Since herblore is such a slow process on an Ultimate Ironman, we need to focus on it. So first we will be doing tithe farm for the seed box. That will save a lot of space as it can hold effectively an infinite amount of 6 different types of seeds. Then we will start filling up the compost bins. We will need over 1,000 super composts, so getting started on collecting them early is crucial. We'll also mine volcanic ash so that our super compost can be ultra compost to maximize our herb runs. Then we will alternate between blackjacking for cash and thieving master farmers, only to keep our herb runs and farming contracts going. We can also throw in birdhouse runs when we can. We can do construction and smithing when we have the money. I'm not sure how much they will cost, but I plan on it being at least 3 mil, so we'll be doing a lot of blackjacking. As I mentioned before, Hunter will be trained passively through birdhouse runs and then eventually salamanders. I will probably do woodcutting and mining when I have the time to AFK. So that's the rough outline of the goals and how I'm going to achieve them. I'm excited to start a new chapter on this account and smash out these skilling requirements. Boys, do you know what's more beautiful than those cinematic cutscenes? Tithe farming! Alright, here's our first deposit. Let's see how much experience we get. Ooh, a little over 9,000. Straight to 39 farming. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. 40 farming. And with this deposit here, we are 50 farming. So I did some calculations, and even if we just go to 70 farming through tithe farming, we'll have more than enough points to get like the full farmer's outfit and the seed box. I think we could even buy the Dricklers can or whatever, and maybe even the herb sack. So we can pretty much buy whatever we want. I think just as we can afford a new farmer outfit, we'll buy it. So I think I'm gonna get the torso is pretty swag. Let's buy the torso and the boots. That's gonna be 2 collections logs. Sweet. Hello there. We just got 52 fletching. We had a lot of time in AFK, so I figured, while I can AFK, just get some wood cutting and fletching levels. We actually went from 20 to 52 fletching kind of in one go here, but that's 52 fletching. That's a good place to stop because we have unlocked broad arrows, which I think will be my main way of getting fletching levels in the future if I need to train a lot at one time. I can always come back here to get passive levels, but that way we can train fletching and not use a lot of space, because right now we need a lot of space to cut the logs and then fletch them into bows. But with broad fletching, you can just have, just a couple spaces and basically fletch while you're doing whatever else. Anyways, that's great to knock out. Also, I did want to mention we'll eventually get 75 wood cutting so that we can cut our own magic logs. So anyway, with that, let's go back to farming. Before we go back to tithe farming, we got a couple seeds while we were wood cutting. So I think I want to plant the orange tree seed here. We'll throw the pineapple in Brimhaven because it's actually I think a medium achievement diary to have a fruit tree seed in the Brimhaven patch, and then I'll throw the willow in Falador or something like that, and then we'll go back to tithe. And with this deposit, we now have 54 farming, which unlocks the next tier of roots. Balagano seed? Okay. This effectively, I think almost triples our experience per hour, so this is a huge upgrade. Also, I've been trying out the HD plugin, and I kind of like it. Y'all let me know what you think. All right, here goes our first deposit with the Balagano for 21,000. Okay, so not quite triple, but definitely more than double. Straight to 55 farming. Oh, this is going to be so nice. Boys, we are officially a bona fide farmer. Shoo-wee! After a little while longer, there is 60 farming. A little bit more to go. And with this last deposit, we have 65 farming, which I think is where we're going to stop because that unlocks the mid tier of the farming guild, which is where we really want to be so we can start doing contracts. That also gave us 269 points, which is just enough for the seed box. Well, I think that's where I'm going to end the video this time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We made absolute massive amounts of gains. Here's a little snapshot of the skills. I think next time what we're going to do is start actually farming. So we're going to be pickpocketing the master farmers to get a lot of seeds and then start getting fat stacks of herbs to hopefully start on the long 70 herbivore grind. I really want to concentrate on that. So that's the plan for next time. We may get up to some different shenanigans. I'm just kind of going where I feel like going. But anyways, guys, thank you, Flippa. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Peace out.